Hi, thanks for listening to another and watching another Community Action Together in-calf Zoom session. And our special guest today is Chandra Alexandre, who is the Chief Executive Officer of Community Action Marin, which is a 56-year-old agency. So I'm assuming that that is one of the original community action agencies, probably one of the very original in California. And it's just by way of reference, it's in the North Bay region in the San Francisco Bay Area. Dr. Alexandre is a seasoned nonprofit executive with 20 years experience supporting organizations for social justice outcomes. And the reason Chandra popped up on sort of our radar screen, she was recently a recipient of the North Bay Business Journal's Latino Business Leaders Award. And Chandra has said a number of times, I've heard her a couple of times say this, that she thinks being CEO of Community Action Marin is her dream job. Chandra, thank you for joining us. And so I begin with two questions. Tell me a little bit about San Rafael. And the second question that I ask everyone is, tell me, how are you doing?
Thanks, David. Thank you for this opportunity, and it's great to connect with you and everybody through this call. The county that we're in, Marin County, is a very interesting place to be doing community action work. We, in the whole state of California, actually have the greatest inequities when it comes to race across indicators of health and well-being, of education. So it's a very diverse community in terms of its geography. We have rural, we have suburban, we have urban. But in terms of the impacts of the present situation on our population, we know that it's the people that we specifically serve who are the hardest hit. So how are we doing? Well, we're working really hard. The entire staff has come together in wonderful ways to meet the needs of community. We've surveyed community, we've been out with community, we've been providing services. But what we know is that people are really feeling the impacts of this. And in such an otherwise affluent place, it's very, very difficult, but it makes our work even more important.
What's been the biggest surprise during this crisis? Is there anything that either you didn't expect or that's occurring that you're uniquely situated to meet in the community?
I think there are two things. The thing that's been a beautiful surprise is that as an agency, because we're very large and run a number of different programs and services, we have really come together, and the kinds of collaborations, putting families at the center of the work to ensure they get exactly what they need. And that might be essential worker childcare, that might be food, that might be mental health services. Families at the center has really enabled us during this time to work differently with one another across our different programs and services, and I'm really proud of the work that the teams have done. And I think in terms of the service provision itself, the ability to respond incredibly quickly once the governor issued a shelter-in-place order in the state of California, we responded very quickly with essential worker childcare. And so to be able to do that pop up very fast, bring people out and enable the medical workers to provide services, that's also something that I think we responded very, very well to.
How's the community responding to you? Your agency has historically had a very good reputation, and I know the community supports you. I would assume that support is probably through the roof right now, awareness of what you're doing.
We're so grateful. Thank you for that question, David. The community has really stepped up, and in fact, part of this has enabled us to really strengthen community support. So I would say that institutional funders, the Marin Community Foundation, private donors, people who have given from $50 to $500,000, we've had a tremendous outpouring of support, which has enabled us to do many new things. For example, this morning, in fact, I was at one of our sites. It's the first time that we've been able to offer cash assistance back to the community. Again, allowing the community to do what they need. We surveyed community. We asked them what would be most important to them at this time. And for us to be able to provide that assistance, thanks to our donors, was just incredible.
And so funding for that was from donors and
that's
the community?
Correct. That's correct.
Well, that certainly certainly shows they've got confidence in you. Congratulations to you. What kind of surge for assistance is coming to the agency? Are you seeing, some agencies have told me there's a 70% increase in demand for assistance from their agencies. Is that pretty reflective out there as well?
Well, I know, for example, with rental assistance, we've absolutely seen the number of inquiries, pun intended, go through the roof. It's been really incredible. And because of community support and assistance emergency COVID funding, we've been able to meet that need for now. And our hope is that we will continue to be able to meet that need. So rental assistance for us in terms of the number of people served has increased 5 or 6-fold. In terms of dollars, almost 10-fold.
And you're going to use your share of the supplemental in unique ways to meet the community needs. Is there anything in particular that you want to use that money for that is either a program or a service not launched already?
Well, right now what we want to do is continue providing essential worker childcare. So we're offering preschool right now, and that's a very costly community service. And in order to be able to do that and continue to do that, I think the CSBG supplemental funding will really ensure that the agency can continue to provide those needed services.
Probably too early. I wish it weren't too early to ask this, but it may be. How's this experience of COVID-19, the financial meltdown that we're having, the economic stress, how's it changed your agency's outlook or priorities, if it has?
Well, I think that what I'm telling my staff and my team, and as we're communicating to a variety of stakeholders, we're saying this is giving us a moment to be reflective as well. We're learning, we're growing, we're changing. I mentioned the intra-agency collaborations, but also the strengthened partnerships and community. It's a time where we're thinking about how do we reboot, how do we come into the 2.0 of the agency, really ensuring that we are meeting the needs of community. So I think the time is allowing us to, again, reflect, learn, grow, think about what we're doing that's new and different, and use this as an opportunity to think about, and where do we want to be when this is over? So it's a lot of meeting the emergency needs of the moment and planning for a couple of months down the road when we hope to be, we hope to be back in business in a more better than normal state. And so utilizing this time wisely to do that is our focus.
Well, I hope you know that whatever you need from Washington, whatever we can do for you, you let us know, because you're one of the agencies that we look to for innovation, for solutions, for leadership, and you certainly do that. So Chandra, I want to congratulate you for just your terrific service to community action, but also make sure all the staff knows that they're making the network proud, what you're doing there. And this is our moment to show the world how great community action is. So, Chandra, I thank you. Stay safe and stay committed. I know you will. Thank you very much.